when Darvin Ham said about a month ago, we're targeting the 6th seed, and the 6th seed were the Mavericks, and everyone's thinking, well, good luck to the Lakers making the 6th seed. Well, they may make the 6th seed, and the Mavericks may miss it entirely. I can't believe what's happened over the last several weeks, Brian.
Yeah, well, part of it is the West is just having a bit of a scrambled season. This is not the way it's been for most of the last 20 years. And so I would say don't confuse everything being bunched up for everything being good. One of the reasons why the Lakers have this still opportunity is because the teams that have been in front of them haven't been very good. All of the Western teams have some sort of weakness that could end up being fatal to them. But look, this is not the 7-8 years ago when you had the Warriors winning 73 games and the team right behind them having KD and Russell Westbrook in their primes. That's not the case. And so the Lakers have taken advantage of that. And what I'll say about the Lakers is this. If you want to look, I think they're 40-38.
Yep.
If you want to look at them as a 40-38 team, you can. And if you want to discredit their chances of doing anything, I don't mean you specifically.
I understand.
Some of my colleagues, kind of get annoyed with how much we talk about the Lakers. And usually I'm in that camp. But not anymore, because this is not a 40-38 team. This is a 14-17 team. That's the team's record since they made the Westbrook trade. And you might say, well, 14-7, that's no great shakes. And I'd agree with you, except for in the West this year, if you were 7 games over 500 for the whole season, you'd be right on the Phoenix Suns to be in 4th. And you go back and look, the Lakers started this season 2-10 because it was an embarrassing design of a team. And since that time, they're 10 games over 500. And again, 10 games over 500 in the West would have you like right there with the Kings in 3rd. So this is just a better team than their seed and their record shows. And that 14-7, a lot of it was without LeBron.
That's right.
And Anthony Davis was skipping some games in there, like he skipped a game in Houston that they lost a few weeks ago. And, had they won that game, for example, they would be in 5th right now. Well, so they are just a potent team in an impotent Western Conference, and I think they are worth paying attention to. And the games tonight and tomorrow, tonight they play the Jazz in Utah, hard game, end of road trip, tough one to win. But look, they're hot. They've won 5 in a row. Tomorrow at home against the Clippers, who have beaten them 10 times in a row.
Mm-hmm.
These 2 games, in my opinion, are the 2 biggest Laker games since the bubble when they were in the finals. Certainly, if you're a Lakers fan, you may disagree. You will say, well, what about the 2021 playoffs when they played the Suns and were up 2-1 and then AD got hurt and they lost the series? I don't think they were winning that series, with all due respect. They were the 7 seed. The Suns were the 2 seed and won the West. But whatever. You want to squabble with me, whatever. These are really, really important games. And if they win these 2, Rich, they're going to have some maneuverability going into this weekend. And if they win this 2, that means they're going to be 16-7, and they're going to have won 7 in a row, and they're going to even have more confidence. So keep an eye on the Lakers over a very, very important 48 hours.
And I know the Lakers are about championships, and that's what LeBron is about, certainly in the remaining time of him being an active player in the league, Brian Windhorst. But that said, as my caveat, the conversation coming into the season and throughout the first part of the season was this roster was a mess, and that forget about turning a corner, you couldn't even see the corner as to turn the corner and try and win with LeBron now and give him a team to win now with the way the roster was constructed. Have they turned a corner on that front, do you think? Have they found a way out of a situation people were saying there's no way out, Brian?
Well, they've gotten back to the middle at least.
Right.
And in this year, the middle is interesting in the West. Like, you can remember, I don't remember if it was 2017, like the last day of the season, the Nuggets played the Timberwolves, and whoever won got in, and whoever lost, finished 9th. It was sort of the first ever play-in game. Those teams had like 48 wins, Rich. Like 47 wins, like knocked you out of the, you didn't get in. If you had 47 wins in the West this year, you'd be maybe have home court for the first 2 rounds. So, part of it is just the nature of this season. But LeBron had a pretty severe injury in his foot. Multiple doctors, by his own admission, told him, shut it down, get surgery. He hunted around for a doctor who would give him a treatment that would let him play. He openly admits that he could re-rupture that tendon and have to have surgery in the offseason. In fact, he didn't even close the door on having surgery in the offseason anyway. And I'll point out that several times since he's been a Laker, he shut down because he shut down at the end of the season because he recognized there was no place for the team to go. That wasn't the case this time. He's pushing it. He is playing. He is risking more serious injury on that foot because he smells opportunity. He smells an opportunity for them to make a run. Now, it may not happen. There's 100 reasons why it may not happen. AD is very fragile. That foot is very fragile. They could get a bad draw. Somebody's going to have to play the Suns in the first round, and that's not going to be a good draw because the Suns are pretty potent with Kevin Durant. They've yet to lose with him in the lineup. They could get through this, get the 5th seed, pull a rabbit out of the hat, and then face a beast of a Suns team and lose. And then you could say, well, you did all that to get knocked out in the first round. All that could be true. But LeBron smells an opportunity because he doesn't believe the teams at the top are potent teams, and I think he's right. And at age 38, what's he worried about? If he blows out his foot, he blows out his foot. He's going to go for it. And I think, if nothing else, that leads us to be really excited for what could be a special, at least competitive, Western playoff.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.